Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. This is Katie. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are back, I'm glad that you're back. So how are you guys doing tonight? Tonight I wanted to hop on and do a WIP Chat. It's been a little while since I've done one, and I was excited to hop on and catch up with you guys a little bit. So what I am working on tonight is I'm finally spending some good old time with my giant Josephine wall canvas. Can you see the confetti? The struggle is real. Couple little quick disclaimers. As per usual, my cat has decided that now when I hit the record button is the perfect time to start eating and crunching as loudly as she can. So weird. It's like the dinner table with all the boys. Also, you may occasionally hear my husband cackle because he's decided to rewatch Friends. And he's wearing headphones, but apparently sometimes it's just so hilarious he can't help it. I love him. So like I said, how are you guys doing tonight? How was your weekend? Your weekend before Thanksgiving? I did my grocery shopping. I actually went out on like Friday morning because there was no way I wanted to be out in the weekend before Thanksgiving crowds. Not really my idea of a good time. Before I get too far into that, in case you're curious about what I'm using tonight, so I am currently really on a kick with using Not Your Mama's Mud, which is just a little bit tricky to load when it's thicker like this. This is Not Your Mama's Mud. This scent is Loopy, which is like that Fruit Loop scent that some different wax makers use. I actually prefer Not Your Mama's Mud over Patty Wax in the regular brass tips. I have a hard time loading it in the everlasting tips, but in the brass tips, it works really well. Lasts a long time, no residue. So, anyway, I know I have had mostly unboxing videos this past week. I normally try not to flood you guys with that many unboxings in a week, but I was lucky / crazy enough to be able to snag that many kits from the new Distracted by Diamonds releases. And I was lucky enough to, snag them early on in the releases and was just too excited to share them with you guys. I didn't want to wait. So thank you for sticking with me with those, and I hope that you enjoyed getting to look at those absolutely gorgeous canvases. Which, speaking of new releases, did you guys snag anything this past week? Not just from Distracted by Diamonds, but I know Craftably released some new canvases, Treasure Studios Art released some new pieces, and of course Diamond Art Club had their set of new releases. I picked up, oh darn it, of course I can't remember the name. The one that was the Pegasus in the night sky. It's just called Night Sky. Anyway, the colors were just really speaking to me, and I just thought that it would be really beautiful to work on. Plus, when I saw Mrs. Coffee unbox it and saw the sheer amount of color blocking in the bottom, I thought, I could probably knock this out quickly too if I really wanted to. So that shipped out. I'm waiting on a couple of pre-orders from Diamond Art Club to ship still. And then I should have a DIY Moonshop order coming this week. So you guys will probably have another unboxing coming from me because that one's going to include one of their new October releases. Dark Lilith. I'm so excited. It's my first time ordering one of their new releases, like when it goes live. So I got like their free special treatments with it and I think a free matching cover minder. So I'm excited about that. I also wanted to thank you guys for being so receptive, and it sounded like you guys kind of appreciated, you know, I feel like a couple of my, in particular, one of my unboxings and my post review that I shared this past week, the unboxing for The Night from Distracted by Diamonds, and then my post review of The Stars Who Listen, I was actually kind of nervous putting both of those up, because, you know, I didn't want to come off as though I was criticizing either of these companies or these shop owners whatsoever. But at the same time, I felt I value authenticity and honesty, and I wanted very much to share with you all the kinds of things that I would want to know. If I were considering, you know, getting these kits, or, you know, if someone else had noticed issues, then I would have wanted to hear about it. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about, I won't rehash it too much here, but it's, if you wanted to go see in more detail what I was talking about. I just ran into a couple of hiccups with my first DIY moonshot. Oops, let's not make a mess here. With The Stars Who Listen, which was my first DIY moonshot canvas that I worked on, and my hunch, and from what I'm hearing from other people, is that hopefully it was the issues I was having and that some other people were having were limited to a particular time frame, that they were just very busy. But needless to say, I'm anxious to get a good look at my canvases that are coming this week, and really hoping that that's my husband knocking stuff over, and just very much hoping that these issues were a fluke. I have had several people ask if I have heard anything back from Robin about the color rendering concerns that I had about The Night, which, super quick recap, I unboxed a new Geneva Bowers kit from Distracted by Diamonds, and for the first time that I've seen in the many kits that I have from Distracted by Diamonds that have included women of color, her skin was rendered in shades of red, and not just like brown with a red tint, but like half of the color on her face was, I think 815 was the color, which is just like bright cherry red. And I've heard Mrs. Coffee share time and again just how common a problem that is, and how much it frustrates her, because she says, my skin is not a shade of red, it's brown. I understand that a lot of rendering software just has a difficult time with it. Anyway, all this to say, not something I've seen with Distracted by Diamonds kits before, so I absolutely want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I did reach out to Robin a few nights ago just to let her know what I noticed, you know, very politely, and I don't know that my message necessarily necessitated a response. There's your $5 vocab word of the day. Hashtag pretentious. Sorry. That's a thing. I'll explain it another time. Anyway, I don't know. She doesn't necessarily need to respond to me. I've given her the feedback. I'm assuming she's seen it. My plan is, because, you know, it's not a ton of drills on the canvas, just because most of the canvas is like this gorgeous yellow background, and, you know, flowers and the sword and her armor. There's not a lot of skin tone there. So I'm going to look at my charting for, I have Dawn and Space Letterman 2, and I went back and looked, and the colors that they use for the skin tone there are, you know, much more tan shades of brown. So my thought is that I'll see what I have in my spare drill storage, and I'll try to get some drills on that canvas and try some different color combos, and share with you guys kind of some different things that I've seen. I'd love to hear your feedback once I do that. But since you guys do seem to be interested in seeing what solutions I come up with, I want to try to make that happen and share it with you guys as soon as I can. And of course, I will keep you guys posted on if I hear anything back from Robin. So that is that. But anyway, circling back to what I was saying a little bit ago, I just appreciate how open you guys have been to hearing an honest thoughts from me. Like I said, I try not to come off as just, I don't want to just be critical or negative. I want to share problems or issues or concerns that I have that have a solution. And that I think, especially in a lot of these cases, if you're spending a lot on a kit, that, the kinds of things that should be taken care of, But, I've noticed that there are some companies out there whose it feels like their affiliates are sometimes just sort of waiting to pounce if they see anyone share anything that's slightly critical about the company that they're an affiliate for. And so I always get a little bit nervous whenever I share anything that is maybe not super flattering about a particular company. And frankly, DIY Moon Shop and Distracted by Diamonds, neither of those companies are ones that I have seen this happen with. But yeah, I've seen some friends get kind of eaten alive over on Instagram for sharing their honest and legitimate experiences with some companies, and then people kind of coming after them. All this to say, again, thank you for hearing me and hopefully hearing what my intention and my heart are when I share concerns. And I hope that you hear the many positives that I share as well. I'm not just sharing things that I have trouble with. I try to be very cognizant of sharing the good and the bad. So anyway, this is going to be just a little bit all over the place because I keep thinking of things and backtracking. So I started to tell you about some things I'm using today. I mentioned the Not Your Mama's Mud. This beautiful pen is from Lazy River Wood Turning. I'll link his Instagram down below. The pen turner over there is matte, and look at the colors in this. Oh my gosh. So he just opened up his shop a couple of months ago. And he's had 3 pen drops so far, and each pen drop has sold out faster than the last. And his pens are just, if you've seen me do unboxings or talk about them before, you've heard me say they really are just works of art. And so I have a few different pens from him now, and he turns them, like, he doesn't take custom orders for turning. He doesn't have like a set of shapes that he turns. He just starts turning the pens and lets the blank kind of speak to him, which I love that. So like I said, I'll link him down below. He and his wife Steph are just some of the absolute kindest and most genuine people that you will meet in the diamond painting community, and so I always share lots about them. And then this tray is from Archer's Arts, one of my favorite tray shops. This kit has been it's been coming along. I took a little break from working on it for I feel like it was almost a week. It wasn't even intentional, to be honest. It's kind of an ordeal to get it set up to work on, and so I really only work on it in the evenings after my kids go to bed, and if my husband and I don't have plans to watch a movie or hang out, or, you know, sometimes he'll play video games and I'll go hang out and, you know, watch and just try to be present with him. Because when I set, oh, was that stuck together? I think it is. Yeah, a little trash there. Because if I set this up, it's kind of like, all right, well, I know what I'm doing for the evening is working on this after the kids go to bed for a couple hours. So we just had a busy few evenings. And yeah, so I just didn't really have the chance to quite work on this. So you can see, yeah, you can see. I'm coming up to the end of another column. So I'll share an update. I don't know if I'll quite finish this tonight. We'll see. I'm hoping that even if I don't finish it during the WIP Chat, I'll hopefully be able to stay up and finish the square. But I think once I finish this square and I've, you know, completed this column, I think I'll be just over a quarter of the way done with the canvas. So it's coming along. But I mean, I am also working on other projects at the same time. So I finished The Stars Who Listen, shared that post review, and obviously had a wonderful enough experience with DIY Moon Shop's kits that I already have multiple other kits either in my stash or on the way. So I'm excited about that. My newest WIP, which we are 16 minutes into this WIP Chat, and I am realizing I did not even think to mention. If you came in and were like, what's a WIP Chat? And you've stuck around this long, you've probably figured out what it is, but I'll go ahead and tell you again. Anyway, WIP stands for work in progress. It can be a diamond painting, but it doesn't have to be. And WIP Chat means that we just kind of hang out. We each work on our projects, and I get to chat with you and catch up a little bit. So yeah, if you made it this far and like, what's a WIP Chat? There you go. Thanks for sticking it out. I'm a little out of practice. I haven't done a WIP Chat in a week. Where was I? Oh, my newest WIP. I decided to go with a kit from Treasure Studios Art. I had ordered a kit from them a few months ago that I was ordering to try them out. So that kit is called Diana from the artist Maria Abaniel. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I apologize. It's very vibrant. Not normally my kind of color scheme, but there was just something about it that called to me. I had to have it. I kept coming back to look at it and thought, if I keep coming back to look at this, then it's speaking to me enough that I should get it. And so I ordered it in rounds. I started on that a couple of days ago, and if you're not familiar with Treasure Studios Art, they do a couple of things differently than other diamond painting companies. One of those, oh, I missed a couple. I always miss a couple on the first go around because, hello, confetti. If you're not familiar with Treasure Studios Art, one of the things that they do that's different from other companies is the adhesive on their canvas, where most companies either have a double-sided adhesive like this one, which usually has an opaque cover on it when you buy it, or like Diamond Art Club and several other companies like Distracted by Diamonds and DIY Moon Shop have poured glue. Treasure Studios Art uses, Treasure Studios Art uses a mounting adhesive, like a mounted adhesive. Here, I won't talk over the drills. Uses a mounted adhesive that is super, super sticky, so your drills are not going anywhere. And can be a little bit less forgiving. Like poured glue, you know, if you don't place a drill exactly perfect, then you can kind of nudge it over, like squish it over, nudge it over, and it'll just move. Treasure Studios art, that mounted film, oh geez, doesn't seem to be as forgiving in that sense. But it's just been a little bit of a learning curve. Also, another main thing they do differently is that their drills, if you get their round drills, are smaller than other companies' round drills. So in, like for example, with Diamond Art Club, their round drills are 2.8 millimeters and their square drills are 2.5 millimeters. So they actually are different sizes. With Treasure Studios art, both their round and their square drills are 2.5 millimeters. I might have that unit of measurement wrong. You get the idea. So I think Treasure Studios art is the only company that does this, but that has definitely been a learning curve as well. And those drills sit very tight. My next WIP Chat, I'll try to have be while I'm working on that canvas so you guys can see. So I could just show you guys a little bit more about how that's working up and all of that. But I like the level of detail that those smaller round drills seem to be lending. That's very sparkly, so I like that. But I messaged one of my friends like the day after, like when I just started my second section on that kit. I was like, I just want to put it in writing. I said, I don't know why. I have a hunch that there are at least 2 colors here that I'm going to run out of before I get to the end of this kit. I'm pretty sure I saw that Treasure Studios art has a guarantee, like if you run out of drills. So it's not a huge deal if I run out of something and I need to contact them for more. But just after I had, worked up a couple of sections and saw, just eyeballing the amount of drills that I had gone through of various colors and, looking at the rest of the canvas, I just thought, I have a hunch that I'm going to run out of 1 or 2 of these colors. So here, I'm saying it here for posterity too, because I'm curious if my hunch is anywhere near accurate or if I'm just completely thrown by the drills being a different size. So, look, there's a symbol that I missed on my last one. Okay. As far as plans for here and just some updates for here. So the past few days, I've had a couple of really exciting for me, like just milestones, and both here on YouTube as well as over on my Instagram. And I try very hard to keep my head in a space where I'm not on social media, like with diamond painting, crafting accounts, like I'm not on it for the numbers. I actually try not to even look at the numbers as much as I can because it just can sort of send me into a little bit of that, comparison trap and spiral. And I don't want to go down that slippery slope where I just do it for the numbers, Sorry, quick water break. At the same time, I think it's, bless you, bless you, husband. I think it's okay to celebrate fun milestones. So I broke 2,000 followers over on Instagram last week, which just kind of made my jaw drop. And then tonight, literally like half an hour ago, I broke 200 subscribers here on YouTube. And you guys, that's cool. That just made me smile a lot. I try very, very hard to let followers on Instagram and subscribers here, I really strive to let that build organically. Like, I don't want to be, like, I'm not one of those people on Instagram that is following a million other accounts just in hopes of getting follow backs. Like that's fine if that's what you do. That's not that doesn't feel authentic for me and what I would be. Look, that's not why I'm on Instagram. So it's just, I've tried to let it just be organic. And the same thing with here. I'm not part of any, it seems like there's some really close-knit groups of friends here on YouTube, in the diamond painting community and otherwise, and I'm not really a part of those, which is fine. I'm very new to the YouTube community in general. So I've just tried to let it be about, I'm going to share things that I enjoy and that bring me joy, but also just really enjoy building connections with you and you guys here, which I have, and then I get to, talk to you guys about, okay, so what kinds of things do you want to see? And so I take just an ounce of pride in that I feel like this has just been I feel like I have been able to stay authentic in this and just stay, honest. And if you're here, it's because hopefully you like something about what I'm sharing. And I'm really happy that you're here. So I don't want to keep, beating that dead horse, but I just thought I would share with you guys that I had hit those milestones, and thank you. Whether you're just subscribe to me here, or just follow me on Instagram, or if you just follow me on Instagram and just check out my videos here from time to time, like even if you just watch my videos without either of this, whatever it is, I genuinely thank you. I appreciate it. This is something that I started this YouTube channel at nudging from a few friends over on Instagram. So I started is that symbol? Yeah. I started my diamond painting Instagram in May or June. I started diamond painting when the pandemic happened, and then felt bad to be I felt a little weird, like sharing lots of diamond painting things on my regular social media accounts, and I thought I could just talk about diamond painting all day because that's just what my brain does. And so let me see if there's a diamond painting Instagram community. Checked a couple of hashtags, and sure enough, so I made an account, and that, I love that. That's been a wonderful, wonderful community. And then, hold on, get this all shaken out. And then over on Instagram, I had just casually posted a couple of unboxing videos. Because like I said, I'm very new to the YouTube community and sort of the vibe over here, just how YouTube works even. I feel like I'm old. So I just shared a couple of unboxing videos over on Instagram, and I had a few different people say, like, Katie, you've got this really soothing, like, relaxing voice. You should do a YouTube channel, because people often enjoy listening to or watching YouTube videos from someone that has a just very calming voice. I thought, if you say so. I highly, highly doubt that my children would agree with you that I have a relaxing and calming voice, but thank you. Sure. So it took a little while of friends just nudging me, and I thought, okay, well, I'll dip my toes in over here, and then found, like, I enjoy this way more than I was expecting to. I've really, really enjoyed, getting to know you. And I've enjoyed the way this has given me like a creative outlet, and just let me continue to do things with this hobby that I so thoroughly enjoy, and I love sharing with other people that enjoy it. So It is funny to think that, like, as recently as a month ago, I thought that I was way too awkward to do WIP Chat, since that's why, you know, I hadn't really done a lot of WIP Chats up until a month ago, and then I thought I don't want my channel to just be unboxings and mail days and post reviews, so how can I stretch myself? And so I made myself do a WIP Chat, enjoyed it more than I expected, and it seemed like you guys enjoyed it too, and I've loved the way it's been a way to get to know you guys better. Speaking of ways I want to stretch myself and just some goals that I have, so I know there are some of you that are probably like, Katie, you keep talking about doing these like multi-placing how-to videos and how to load like patty wax and other like alternative diamond painting waxes, and one of the reasons that hasn't happened yet is just because I had all those unboxings I wanted to get out last week, and the other reason is that I just feel a little bit intimidated by doing like a how-to video, because I kind of like, I still feel like I'm so new to diamond painting in general, and I've seen so many creators do really very helpful and fantastic videos on these kinds of topics. I kind of feel like I'm being super presumptuous by being like, yeah, I know that all of these other people have done these really great videos and like tips and tricks videos and all that, but sure, like, look at mine too. And I know that's not how it works, but I think I have like a little bit of a mental block over it, and I just need to get over it. Also, I think it's a very different format of video than I've tried yet. It requires a little more planning and a little less fly by the seat of my pants, which I admit is often what I'm doing in my WIP Chats and even my unboxings. You know, they kind of have a flow to them. So I will get past that mental block. I will get those videos filmed and uploaded for you guys. Hopefully maybe this week I'll at least get them filmed. Well, yeah, so speaking of this week, actually, no, wait, I was also going to say, I wanted to ask how you guys feel about playlists. Are playlists something that are helpful for you? I have yet to set up any playlists here on my channel, but now that I have a decent number of videos at this, well, I have a dozen, 2 dozen, however many videos at this point, it feels like maybe organizing them would be helpful for people that if they want to specifically look for unboxings, or, now that I promise I am going to do some of these like how-to and tips and tricks videos, that sort of thing. I feel like playlists could be helpful, but I would love to hear from you if you have specific things that you look for in playlists, and I'll take a look at, fellow content creators and see how they seem to do it, but I don't just want to copycat. I'd love to hear if there are things you guys enjoy or that are helpful for you. I'd be happy to try to make that happen. So anyway, speaking of this week, we don't have any big plans for Thanksgiving. All of our family lives across the country. We're originally from the Midwest, and we lived out here in California for over 10 years now, but our parents are all in the Midwest. My husband's and my siblings are both in different states, which are also both different from where our parents live. Our poor parents. Their kids are just spread all over the country. So obviously, we are not flying. We're not planning to fly for Christmas either, which is a whole heartbreak in and of itself, because this will be the first Christmas we have not flown back to be with family. And Christmas is really the only time of year that we normally can go spend, time and extended time with our families back in the Midwest. So, so that's going to be a bummer. But we are going to have a quiet Thanksgiving at home. Honestly, I have just sort of been feeling a drain on my mental energy lately, and I've never cooked a full-on turkey, and this is just absolutely not going to be the year for it. So my go-to when it's just our little family that is doing Thanksgiving together, I basically outsource my cooking through Trader Joe's. So they make a really good, it's like a big turkey breast that's already like brined and flavored and everything, and we'll heat that. And then I even outsource some of my sides, which I don't enjoy cooking. Like, that's the reality of it as well. I am not a cook. It's not fun for me. It's stressful. Maybe it'll be fun someday when I don't have a tiny tornado. When I don't have a tiny tornado that I am just praying is not destroying my house while I try to take 5 minutes to make dinner, let alone like 20, 30 minutes to make dinner. So, but even before he was here, I wasn't a huge fan of cooking. So, another water break. What symbol should we do next? Let's knock out this. There's a lot of this one. I'll make a couple of sides from scratch, but I don't know. Well, it's just my husband and me and our 2 kids. We don't need to be fancy. Hopefully I will feel like I have the energy and the mental margin to put up our Christmas stuff. So just traditionally, which, a lot of this traditional stuff kind of goes out the window sometimes, especially in crazy months and years like this one. Usually I am all excited to get Christmas up like Thanksgiving weekend. I give my husband a couple of days after Thanksgiving, and I'm like, we got to put Christmas up because we're going to fly back to see family, the week before Christmas. And so if we want to enjoy Christmas in our home, then I want to get it up in time to enjoy it for more than like 2 weeks. So we'll see. Normally I love fall, and I have like a whole tote of just fall decorations that make me so happy, but I didn't get them up this year. I've shared openly here before about my own struggles with anxiety and depression, and I think that's just one of the ways that it manifested. Is I just thought I don't even want to put up the fall decor this year because I still feel like time has stood still a little bit in this pandemic mode. But I really, I'm not going to let that happen with Christmas, especially with my kiddos. And I know that I will be happy once we have the tree up and I've put out some, the nativity and the other Christmas things that I know will make me happy. So, I came across something on Facebook, which was lucky because I don't spend a lot of time on Facebook right now, that really hit close to home for me. And I'm just going to paraphrase it. It was, one of those like copy and paste stories that someone had shared where they had talked to their therapist. They were talking to their therapist, and their therapist was asking them, like, what's overwhelming you this week? What is just too much for you to handle? And she felt, the gal felt really silly for saying, she kind of hemmed and hawed around it. She's like, well, it's the dishwasher. Like, I have a really crappy dishwasher, and so I have a sink full of dishes that I know that I have to scrub first before I can put them in the dishwasher, because otherwise they won't get clean. Like I have to and that's just too much. Like I can't wrap my brain around scrubbing the dishes before I can even put them in the dishwasher. And she felt ridiculous for saying this to her therapist, because she's like, there's people out there that are struggling with things that are way heavier than like loading the dishwasher. Like, just get it together and load the dishwasher, lady. But no, her therapist said, okay, then run the dishwasher twice. She was like, what? I can't do that. Like, that's wasteful. Or, I can't do that. It's not what you're supposed to do. And the therapist was like, run the dishwasher twice. There's no rules. There's no one that has made the rule that said you cannot run your dishwasher twice. And so she had, said that was sort of revelationary for her. And so she did. She just threw everything in the dishwasher without pre-scrubbing it in the sink, and she ran the dishwasher twice, and she felt like she'd slayed a dragon. And the next week she took a shower laying down, because that was the only way that she could take a shower, but that was better than taking no shower. And then she managed to she just threw her laundry in whatever drawers where they fit, and that meant she'd done the laundry. So the whole idea was that these sort of self-imposed rules, like, well, if I can't do it to this particular standard, then I'm just not going to do it at all. I'm super guilty of that. And reading that was just very like, oh, okay, sure. It might not be the most efficient thing to run the dishwasher twice, but there's no one saying that I can't do that. So, I appreciate it. It was very encouraging to me. I appreciated that. And I also just wanted to share some encouragement with you today, because if you're anything like me and the friends I've been talking with lately, it really feels like this past week in particular has just gotten hard. I think there are a lot of reasons for that, but I feel that weight and that heaviness that I feel like so many of us are struggling with right now. So I just want to share some encouragement with you today, where it is very easy to, when you're feeling overwhelmed and discouraged, to have, the voice inside your head telling you you're a failure, you have to get it together, what are you doing, I want to tell you that is not the case. You are amazing, and you are worthy. You have value even on the days when you feel like you can't get out of bed. You are loved, and you are wanted. And it is okay to not have it all together. It is okay to have bad days. But that doesn't make you a failure. Be kind to yourself. Cut yourself a lot of slack. Take the shower laying down. Run the dryer an extra time to get the wrinkles out of your clothes so you don't have to iron them. But you are killing it. You are doing an incredible job. Whatever that looks like for you, whether you are at work, or you are a stay-at-home mom, or if you're out of work and hoping to find a job, whatever your situation is, you are incredible. And if you're having a hard time telling yourself that today, then I will be the one to tell you and remind you. And I will remind you every day, because this is a YouTube video and you can play it back if you want. Just mark the timestamp. So, just hopefully a little bit of encouragement for you today. So, just a couple of quick updates on our just stuff at home, life at home and with the kiddos. My last WIP Chat, I had shared that morning Micah my youngest had some dental work done, and he did wonderfully with it, and he seems to have recovered really well. And you guys, I could about cry in a good way. His speech has exploded. Absolutely exploded. And it both makes me want to cry happy tears and also feel still a little bit guilty that very obviously the dental issues that he was having they have to have been causing him enough discomfort that it was affecting his speech. And now he is using words that we didn't know that he knew. He is imitating us. It makes my heart very happy and very relieved. I feel terrible that it had gotten that bad, but I am glad that we got it taken care of. And it is fun to hear him talking. But he's such a stinker. If he sees us pull out our camera to try to get some of his antics or his, speech on video, he clams right up and he smirks. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is going to keep me on my toes for a very long time, I think, because he is not only my little tiny tornado, he is mischievous. He's gonna be like my little Loki. He's so mischievous. I love it. And then my oldest, he is doing pretty well with remote learning, but I am very grateful that they have this entire week off, which that was not how it was at the schools where I grew up. We didn't get a whole week off for Thanksgiving. We got Thursday, Friday, and then because I grew up in the Midwest, in what I very, very affectionately refer to as a podunk little hick town. I adore it. It's all in affection. We always had the Monday after, it was the Monday after Thanksgiving, I believe. We always had the Monday off after Thanksgiving because that was the start of hunting season. And if they hadn't given us the day off of school, there would have been so many people missing that it would have been pointless. And I wish I were kidding. I'm not, at all. And if there are any of you here that are from farming towns or rural areas, I have the feeling that I won't be the only one with a story like that. I think they called it President's Day. It was something observed, Veterans Day observed, maybe. They would always be the Monday after Thanksgiving, and they would call it President's Day observed, but it was because it was the start of hunting season. So, I guess that's practical. I have a lot of very fond memories from the little town I grew up in, and one of my favorite stories to tell to sort of communicate what it was like to grow up there. I missed some symbols again. Let me see. It's a little tricky to do this with my lighting. Oops, let me just bump y'all there. I have some just funny ways that I sort of communicate the differences of where I grew up to where I live now which is very, like suburban Southern California. It couldn't be any more opposite from where I grew up if I tried. But I say, so we had my high school was next to a cornfield. You could hear the cows mooing during football games on Friday nights. The cows mooing from the next field over. The whole town turned out for football Friday nights, or high school football Friday nights. And you could, in the fall, you knew the spot on the highway, the main road through town, where the local farmers would literally just pull up with their pickup trucks and sell their fresh produce of the day out of the back of their pickup trucks. It was the best sweet corn, though, for real. But I can't tell you, like, the embarrassment that I felt, like, when I made that comment to someone out here the first fall after we moved here. And I said, like, oh, man, I miss being able to get, like, sweet corn out of the back of, the local farmer's pickup truck, like, at the side of the road this time of year. That person looked at me like I had two heads, and I was like, uh-oh, this is one of those things. This is one of those things that is not, like, a common, this is not a life experience that everyone has had. So then I told them about how my high school always had an annual drive your tractor to work day. Yeah, that was a thing. So, a little bit of reverse culture shock, but I like to think that it's given me a little bit more variety of life experience, appreciation for people that come from very different backgrounds, and just, I don't know. Yeah, like a little bit wider worldview. I did not have a tractor, just before I get that question. My family did not. We didn't live on a farm or have tractors, but yeah. I had plenty of friends that did. So anyway, I have absolutely no idea how I got on that topic. That's okay. Oh my gosh, yeah, I have absolutely no idea how I got there. That's fine. I think I was talking about my oldest and how he was doing with school, and it's gone. Okay. Well, and oh, yes, got it. Thanksgiving break, hunting season, hometown. There we go. So I'm glad that my oldest has the week off school, because it's a lot to try to keep up with. Him doing remote kindergarten in a hybrid setting, where the teacher is keeping up with both kids in the class and kids on Zoom, which she is a saint. I will say it again and again and again. I have so much respect for teachers right now, and they should be paid a million times more than they're getting paid right now. I'm glad that she gets a week off for Thanksgiving. We had a parent-teacher conference with her on Thursday this past week, and she was, really happy with how Connor is doing, and we talked through some ways that we can help, like, sort of supplement and challenge him, because he is reading at like a second grade level and he's in kindergarten, and he's doing some like basic, we're trying to help him learn like really how to do addition and subtraction beyond just like 1 + 1 = 2. So we're finding some good ways to help challenge him and sort of supplement a little bit so he doesn't get too bored. But I'm glad that we have the upcoming week to just sort of take it easy. I suppose I should start my Christmas shopping. I haven't even been able to think about that. But how about you guys? Any special Thanksgiving plans? I will say I hope that if you are if you are planning to spend time with, you know, extended family or anything, please, 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 please be careful. You know, I want this to be a relaxing space, but just want to take a minute and say, please be cautious, please be smart. You know, I feel like this is all temporary, and hopefully we're going to be looking back at this and it'll be in our rearview mirror. Let me just drop that. But I'm reminding myself of the things I want to take away from this time, which include just an appreciation for a slower pace. I had a tendency to be very, very go, go, go. If we hadn't been out of the house at some point before noon, I was going stir crazy, that sort of thing. And so I do have a new appreciation for a bit of a slower pace and just enjoying family time at home. And I hope that's something I can carry beyond COVID. But I'll be glad when we can see family more often again. And friends in person. But yeah, let me know what you've got coming up this week. I will hopefully have a video or two to share with you guys. I don't really know if you guys will really be like watching YouTube videos over the holiday weekend or anything, or the holiday weekend. So we'll see. I'll try to have some stuff for you guys going up, but feel free to let me know if there's anything in particular you'd enjoy seeing. And am I the only one who has not even started Christmas shopping yet? Just curious. Have you started? Are you one of those people that are like, I'm done. I'm done already. Meanwhile, I'm like, I need more hand soap. I'm gonna go get that from Target Drive Up. So, I don't know. Oh, I hope I'm not the only one that just tends to be a procrastinator with Christmas stuff. Especially because everything is going to need to be shipped this year, and I don't know. We'll just have to get creative. Maybe this will be a year we can find new ways to make just, I don't know, meaningful gifts. But let me see if I missed any of that symbol. I'm laughing at myself here that I was like, oh yeah, maybe I'll finish this section during this WIP Chat. No, we're going on an hour. I'm about to call it on the recording. And can you tell? Have I gotten anything done? You saw this color that I did. Yeah, these sections, this is like a 3x4 inch rectangle. I almost said square. Hello, I can math. And sections that are just this big still take me like 3 hours to complete. Like, they're so confetti heavy. I'm just gonna bring you down here at the end so you can see. Like, good gracious. Do you see how many symbols? Oh my gosh. Yep. So, anyway, just wanted to show you guys that so you could see what this is like. But I am still enjoying it. Honestly, this is fun for me. I wish it were more practical for me to be able to get it out during the day when my kids are awake. But like, here, I'll give you another sneak peek. Here's my situation. Like, drills and more drills and more drills. Like, it's just, I have to set all of this up when I want to work. And like, I can't quickly put it up and out of my kiddos, my youngest in particular's reach. So I can't work on it unless they're asleep. Anyway, I'm enjoying this canvas a lot, and I'm excited I got to make some progress on it. I am going to try to knock it out tonight here, after I say goodbye to you guys, but thanks for hanging out with me tonight. It's always fun to get to hang out in a WIP and chat with you, and it was good to catch up. Please let me know in the comments below how you've been doing. How are you holding up? And, you know, what are you working on? What are your plans for this week? I'd just love to hear more about how you're doing. And I hope that my words of encouragement earlier maybe bring, you know, a lighter vibe to your week ahead. And just want to say again, you're doing an amazing job. You're doing absolutely wonderfully this week. And I hope you all, if I don't talk to you before then, have a really wonderful Thanksgiving. Be safe. Enjoy that day, that holiday, whatever that looks like for you. And if you're not in the United States, you don't celebrate, I still hope, don't celebrate, you know, American Thanksgiving. I hope that you still have a really great week, and I'll be thinking of you. And I am looking forward to chatting with you guys again soon. If you enjoyed this, feel free to give it a thumbs up down below this video. If you want to see more from me and enjoyed this, feel free to also hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I share videos, which, as I always mention, is not even remotely on a schedule because I record when my kids go to bed. And if you have any questions, thoughts, comments on the many things I've shared tonight, leave them in the comments. I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Remember that you're doing a wonderful job. Please be kind to yourself and be kind to those around you this week, and I will talk to you guys all again soon. Have a great night. Bye.